Hello, welcome to episode 13, actually not included, playing on the hardest difficulty. And I have a concern. Oh, let's see, I thought my food was only 5,000, but it looks like it's expanded quite a bit. So, one thing that's happening is last time I set up this, like, water circuits, so that I would circulate water through the base, but it's not really moving because I don't use that much water. Maybe it's because I'm still trying to use up. You know, this water is kind of reserved for making steel, but this is all backed up. I'm just not using water as fast as I would like. So my thought was that I would make sure water is going into the research, which it is not at the moment, and also maybe set up another another one of these things. What do we call this? A little kind of ranch place for growing food. And maybe even this one doesn't have to be natural. Maybe I should make that man-made. But in any case, let's plan that out. Let's go. I think it's 3 tall. And I'm going to shift it over a space. Is that what I want to do? That way it can go right to the edge. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. And that still leaves me room for that stuff. Let's make sure we're using these nice granite tiles. Whoa. Okay, I'm having a little driving difficulty here. Okay, so that's one place I can use some water. The other thing is, let's make sure, maybe I'll pipe hot water will go into here to get burned up, and water that's, say, under 45 degrees, I will ship to the rest of the base. 45? What temperature do these overgrow needs? Up to 45. These things need to be up to 40. So let's just say if it's under 40 degrees, let's send it into the base. So let's make a little room over here to do some of that. It'll kind of be the last thing I do. Once the water's been purified and turned into regular water, I will decide whether it's going to get turned into oxygen or fed into these other places. So if it's going to get fed into the other places, it's going to come, let's go across here. So that's pure water is going to get put back into there. Oh, the other thing I want to do is let's make sure this big vat gets completed. And it occurs to me I don't necessarily need to make this out of granite. Let's make this out of some other tile, like igneous rock should be a good sturdy. Oops, igneous rock. You know, let's go ahead and go over the top with all that. So we'll have igneous rock. When this gets done, okay, I'm going to drip this down into there just to get rid of this excess water. And I will dump all these guys down into one big pool. Maybe I can look for other... Oh, what kind of... Oh, it's a jawbo egg. I wish I hadn't killed all my pacus. But that's for another day to worry about that. Alright, so let's prioritize over here a little bit more. Let's get this water situation done first. Let's make this a 7. And also, why are we not currently feeding water into this device up here? What's going on here? Pipe is blocked. Okay. So we're getting too much salt water. That's all that's left is salt water. So I have no more fresh water for my research. Oh, a really good farmer. That's tempting to have a really, really good farmer. Doesn't like husbandry though. But I also could use a good rancher. And also a good cook. If I needed a second cook. You know, I'm going to leave these because I might choose to go with a second farmer or a cook. You know, farming is actually pretty well in hand right now, but maybe I could use a second cook. Max is currently my cook, but a second cook might be good. Alright, let's see what's going on here. That's low priority. Water. Let's get water taken care of. You know, should I divert some water there right now? Just to make sure my research keeps going. I think I will do that. Just to make sure the research keeps going while I'm waiting for this stuff to get built. What's other priorities? This is going through here. I'm going to cap off this hot geyser and maybe research it too. Once I get over there. Let's get a little insulated tile on either side of it. There's sedimentary rock around here I think I can use. And then I want to get into this cool chlorine and see what's around here. I looked around, I didn't see any pacus, but I would be really grateful to find some more pacus so that I could actually grow them. They're good for food, they're good for eggshells, there's all kinds of stuff they're good for. Let's see, research. Nothing is currently being researched. I guess we're just gonna work our way down the list here. Oh, and I need to decide if I want that cook or not. I got a researcher, builder. Ash can, what were you? He was kind of a builder. Okay. Builder ash can. And an operator. I got that good operator, Camille. So Max is our chef. I'm sort of actually kind of good on dupes for the moment. Could I use a second improved farmer? I don't know. Food is really getting kind of out of hand right now. I've got plenty of food. No sign of it going bad. Oh, here is the water moving? Why is this water not flowing? It's going backwards. Let me cut this off. There we go. So now the water's going to flow into here so I can have research at least. This is going to be done soon, so I won't actually need to pump this water up. Oh, that's going to make these things thirsty if they don't get their water. So this water we're going to feed into there, and then I'll bring it down and use that for the overgrow vines. You know, if I get around to it, I might go ahead and move all of them over one notch. It seems kind of wasteful. Might be easier just to move this ladder. Oh, suffocating. Who's suffocating? Oh no, you're trapped. That is not a good sign. 1, 2, dig. Dig. Let's get you out of there. Come on, Lyra. Get up. Get up there, Lyra. Keep moving. Ooh, that was a rather close call. Okay. So, what do we got in here? Let's stop pumping water into this temporarily. Here's where we'll do our splitter and say, hey, if it's... Maybe I do the splitter on the other side. Let me think about this. Water's coming in. At some point, I want to check the temperature. Let's go with the liquid shutoff. So I can put it up here. Liquid shutoff. Nope. Starvation. Alright, so for now, I don't think I need a farmer, and I don't think I need a cook. A second cook. Let me check these dupes one more time. Why are we not finding this? Choose a blueprint. Supplying in a cook. Or a really good farmer. Alright, I think I'm holding off at this point. I'm holding off for a good rancher. That's my next dupe in mind that I want to have. Alright, this ladder I'm not going to need in the future. So let's, I don't think I'll need it. Let's deconstruct some of these ladder pieces. If I need it, I'll just work my way up there again. Let me get a second reservoir in case. Okay, so let's see how this is going to work. Maybe I'll put them both over here. I want to have a reservoir for water that's going into the base and a reservoir for water that's going to the to get burned up in the electrolyzers. So let's think about this. Plumbing. Liquid shutoff. Oh, this is kind of in the way of this other pipe. Oh boy. This other pipe is getting in my way now. Okay, so maybe something like this. After it comes out of the desalinator, let's go ahead and check the temperature. Is this not powered? I think it is. Alright, so we're going to come down, check the temperature. I'm already really close here to this. Let's go ahead and put a heavy watt joint plate. Alright, plumbing. So if the water's too hot, if it's cool, let's send it this way and put it to use in the base. And my worry is, what if something is... I want to make sure that I have enough water going to both places. Hot water definitely has to go this way. So maybe hot water will always go up here. I'm just wondering what's the circumstance. What if I get too much cold water that it all goes this way, or too much hot water that always goes here? I don't want to leave part of the base stranded. Builder Lyra, what's going on with you? She's just using the bathroom. Okay. You know, I'll think on this. For right now, let's split the water up. Maybe if any water gets empty, I'll just ship more water there regardless of what's the temperature of the water is. All right. Maybe have to have an AND gate to see if any of these is low on water. What's going to happen if I run out of water in a certain place? Okay, that's a thought. I can have some sort of measuring area in here that if water runs is ever empty, to make sure that more water goes in that direction. That'll be a later, I'll have to consider what the ramifications are. So if water is short here, I want to definitely divert it there. If water is short on the bottom into the base, I'll definitely want to divert it that way. But in the meantime, I will try to keep it going to both places, depending upon where it needs it the most. Alright, so this must be hot water going through. Above 30. I wonder how much cool water actually comes out of here. Probably not too much. Let's go with 40 degrees, just in case. Alright, I think I can crank the speed up a little bit. Who's starving at Chef Max now? Unreachable food, Max. He's starving and food's unreachable. That's not a good sign. Let's make sure figs get it made available. And tender briskets get it made available for eating. Max, are you going to get some food? I'm curious, what is... Okay, he was still at 890. He wasn't in too bad a shape. Alright, there we go. Okay, so now the water is circulating. It's all coming this way. Maybe when it gets backed up, I'll have to like have some additional mathematics in there to make sure it goes to the right spot. And this, let's have the water keep coming this way and go down. Oops, you know what? And we'll have it go down into here like that. So that wastewater from the toilets will get taken first, and if not, we'll take this water from up above. And let's put overgrow vine in there. So that we can get this thing growing. How are we doing with the big thing? Okay, this is starting to fill in. Copy that here. This drained out sufficiently. Let's make sure this is dug away. Alright, and then this is all going to pool down. And I'm going to want some automation in here, some shipping to pick up anytime they leave some, anytime one of their corpses gets left behind. And there's just a little bit of overlap in the middle. 1, 2, 3, 4. Something like that. Okay, power. This is just that when these things die, I think they like eat their corpses. Let me check the Jabos. They drop a fillet. Oh, I wonder if they don't, maybe they don't eat their own fillet. I'd be worried that they would eat their own jawbone fillets, but it looks like they don't. Well, in any case, I don't want people to have to go climbing to the bottom to pick up their corpses. So we will scoop them up. We'll scoop up their corpses and ship them away. No research focus selected. Okay, let's get the next research. You know, for the short term, I'm just gonna... Whoops. I'm a little light on metals. So for the short term, I'm just going to dump any fillets that I find and just throw them on the ground. They'll land over here. Okay. So water is still chugging away. Slowly. It's actually draining out of there quite fast. Maybe I'm not processing water fast enough. Between these two devices here, it's going kind of slow. I might have to have a second setup of the water sieve and desalinator running, just to keep my water flow going the way it should be. Okay, it's coming in. This is draining out slowly. Oh, this is not, it's kind of getting stuck because of this. So let's add some pathing. You know, I don't even need this anymore. I'm just going to send all the water out that way. Okay, let's go down. That should feed it through. Take this out. Uh-oh. I think I'm probably going to leak some water out here if I'm not careful. Some of these pipes have water in them. Let's do some cleanups. This is not getting irrigation. Yeah, so I definitely have a need for water, but I'm not circulating enough back. Okay, this was gold. Oh, that's a problem also. I have no natural gas. I wanted to make this out of gold too. Let's deconstruct that. And let's make sure the piping is going the way it should. Alright, so this is going to come back this way. Cut this off here. There we go. So let's get that replaced with a different a gold reservoir. Let's make that an urgent request. And I think I'm going to have to set up a second water sieve and desalinator side by side here to increase the throughput of water. Should I put them one on top of another? Sure. Let's see, so I'll split the water coming through here. It'll go either to the sieve, to this one, or to the upper one. And then it will work its way to where it belongs. Is that right? Yeah, this is really, I'm running out of water fast. And I'm not keeping up with these plants down here like I need to. Alright, so let's make that a priority now. You know, I could do some smart thinking in here and say, hey, if it's polluted, send it one way. If it's salt, send it the other way, and then resolve it. Right, where's that desalinator? You know what, I'm just going to click on it, copy it. Okay, so water comes out through here. And then we will split it 50-50. And then the completed waters, maybe I'll have my, maybe I'll move this. I did all that work for this liquid shutoff, but maybe I gotta move it off to this far side. Alright, not really sure. Lyra, unreachable food. What is going on with this food problem? There it is. Go get your food. I guess I'm not putting enough in there at a time. Let's crank this up to 10 kilograms. That might solve some of that problem with them taking too much food. Right, let's go with the conductive wire while we're at it right now, because I'm so low on metal. Okay. So now what's going on with the water? It's still circulating through. Comes here, gets split. Okay, I've got a lot of water that's too hot. What's going on here? 36 degrees. And it's probably really heating up as it comes through here. 41, 41. You know, maybe I shouldn't split it up. Maybe I should just send. If hot water makes it into the base, I'll deal with it later. So I will not worry about this split. Oh, there's some cool water. Okay, for now, I'm just going to send this into here. All right. Who's got beds here? We got Nails. Let's have Researcher Nails come over here. So you can have a nice bed. Do I have enough plastic to make another one of these things? Yes, I do. A nice bed there, a nice bed there. How are we doing on this construction? Looks like it's coming along a little bit. Alright, let's prioritize this. I want to get this done before the end of the session today. So I'm looking for a great rancher. Reject them all. Alright, how are we doing? Let's get this stuff done. Alright, the water, is it making it through? Yes, we're feeding all the plants and it's starting to back up. That's what I like to see. I don't want it to back up too much though. I think I do need to have this buffer in place. Maybe even 2 buffers. 2 buffers and then split it up. Alright, I would like to resolve this so I can stop working with this pipe soon enough. Let's do that. Let's send that there. Just when this is done, I can shut it off and maybe do some more work in this general area. If I have to resend the flow through here later on, I will do that. But for now, I want to make sure that I've got maybe 1 tank for all the water to get buffered into. So all this work making this split, maybe it's for naught. I'm going to send it all into this tank, and then out of this tank I will split it 2 ways. So I did a whole lot of work on this for nothing. Okay, let's deconstruct this whole everything here. It gets taken out. And liquid pipes there. Let's take that all out. Alright, so now we're feeding plenty of water in here and it's getting backed up. That's good. Lots of flow there. This thing is done flowing. If this is hot, does it do any good to circulate it around there? I do not know about that. But it certainly can't do any harm. Alright, let's take out that. I'm going to reverse these. And after it comes out, oops, I will send it back this way. How are we doing up here? Alright, this is getting pretty close to cleared out. We're dripping down, making a mess. Is that good enough? Better to dig it out now or later? I'm not sure. I think if I dig it out, it might burst through the sand there. Okay. Let's fill this in, make it too thick there. Let's get the furthest back one first. Alright, deliver to the far back. Don't do the front ones. There we go. Oh, got all three. Excellent. Alright, let's fill these in and these in. Making this as a priority. And then after that's done, we'll come in from above and crack this thing open. Like that. Why can't I build through that? Fossil fragments. Okay, there's some fossil fragments in there. Alright, let's take everything and sweep it out. Well, these guys are going to have trouble because those fossil... Okay, let's dig out a little bit more. I wonder why they never got these excavated. Hassan should do that eventually. You know what? I could do this. I know what I can do. Priorities. Hassan, let's make art. Where's art? Oh, he doesn't have a decorating skill. I think it's a decorating skill. Let's make decorating your number 1. Is that it? Excavate, researching, or decorating, or digging? Yep, there we go. Is anyone trapped in here? No. We do have some sand there that I'm not thrilled about having at the bottom. But I don't want to send somebody down in there to... Oh yeah, there he's working at it. There we go. Okay, so now we've got a whole bunch we can excavate. What's going on here? Entombed. Okay, check out the plumbing. Water, there's no more fluids coming through. That's not good. Okay. Let's get this flow going again, and then we're gonna flow this way. Then we'll come this way. And then back here. And then as it comes out, it'll split, and it can get processed either at the upper processing or the lower processing. Either way, it goes into this backup container. From the backup container, it's going to split 50-50, some going to the base for the researching and food, and others will get turned into oxygen. And at this point, I'm not worried about temperature. Maybe someday later I will. They need lime. What happens when I dig these up? I thought fossils would turn into lime. Popped eardrums. Right, so something is too high a pressure somewhere around here. Doesn't look like they should have popped eardrums around here. Are these guys trapped? Yes, it looks like they might be trapped. Okay, so let's get a little, let's get some shale in there. Get some mesh tiles here. Just so I can do some excavation of that. Okay, this is high priority before these guys get trapped. I don't want them to have the yucky lungs, chilly surroundings. Yeah, they're both trapped. Is there anything else I build with? Sand, dirt, polluted water, obsidian. Okay, let's cancel these three and make the ladder out of obsidian. That'll give you something to do. Then you should be able to get out. Is there another fossil? Yeah, there's another fossil fragments inside there. Okay. Yeah, so I can, this will be, have room for plenty more water if I need to. Hopefully it's got a layer of water, pure water on the top so it doesn't off-gas. Maybe I'll put a deodorizer up here just for kicks. Alright, that looks like it's moving along good. More research. Who's in a cot? Otto, you can take a comfy bed. Farmer Mario, you get a comfy bed. And Mecha-san, you get a comfy bed. I think for the short term, I would... You know what? Did I get the research for the fancy glass? I don't know that I have fancy glass. You know what? Let's just go with some cheap old hanging pots for now. Ooh, look at this fancy puzzle cube hanging pots. Let's go puzzle cubes. I don't think I have enough flowers to put in there, but maybe that'll be enough to get the, as artwork, it'll be enough to get the decor items for the private bedrooms. Camille, you need a nice bed. All right. Water has backed up. That is good. And I've got plenty of water coming in here, plenty of water coming down. These guys are set. Looks like I've got some spare lum eggs. I don't know if I want to go with 2 ranches. Might be nice. How else are we doing? Looks like they have not gone through to build this. Waiting for gold. Alright, so there's some other further research projects I can do. I could dump excess water into here if these guys are ever getting crowded. You know what, let's go ahead and put in a second thing over here. Let's excavate that. Excavate that. You know, it might be time to do some space research too. Not space research, but at least, you know, get a telescope up there to get a little look around. Let's think about that. I'm worried about stuff falling down and hitting this place and destroying stuff. But let's go ahead and throw some igneous rock tiles out here. And a telescope on top. Surface breach. Somebody made it to outer space. Is it rocketry? An enclosed telescope. It's a pretty telescope up there. And I think I need to feed it oxygen, so let's go ahead and grab the ventilation. Oh, did I run out of shale? No, what's going on here? Why isn't it letting me build? Okay. Oh, it looks like there's, oh, it looks like we're done. I've, got rid of all the carbon dioxide. Let's deconstruct that. Okay, so that's... We're no more carbon dioxide in here. And let's just go ahead and take that, deconstruct that too. And I can send oxygen and chlorine back into here. Because it won't cause that much harm if there's oxygen and chlorine floating around in there. Maybe this chlorine could get dumped in that direction too. Oh, what's going on here? This is going to be... chlorine gets diverted off to the side. Why is this running? If it's oxygen... Okay, let's check the automation sensors here. So if it's oxygen, send a green signal. It gets turned into a not signal, so don't pump it if this is oxygen. So that is oxygen, so it should stop pumping. We only want to pump if it detects oxygen up above. I mean, we pump it only if there's some non-oxygen up above. Maybe I want to make two sensors just to say, hey, it's got to be... If there's oxygen in either spot, don't pump. Alright, so this is... Yeah, it's still pumping oxygen out of here. This is getting backed up. Why is it getting backed up? I can't decide what to do. Oh, because we've got this little tiny bit. We've got multiple types of stuff coming out. Oops. Maybe I want to have this like not pump all the time. So it gives a chance to let other stuff come through here. I wonder if I can do something like that. Get a timer on something? Because I don't want to have to keep micromanaging this every time another little gas happens to come in here. Well, that works. Oh, so when this shuts off on its own, then the other gases are able to make it out. How are we doing up here? Okay, so this, let's dig out a little bit more of this. Looks like there might be some more fossil fragments back in here. Alright, I can deconstruct that. Alright, reject them all. How are we doing for rooms here? We got a barracks, luxury barracks, and private bedroom. Why is that? Because it's not all filled in. Okay, we got a couple private bedrooms. I don't know how all these mimicas are getting done. Oh, because these windows are open. That's why they're not staying in here necessarily. Oh, and this is processing. We're making more steel. 3,000. That's a lot of steel. And out of power. Oh, boy. Okay, ventilation. Let's get this power going back again. And let's copy that and get another one of these in here. That should resolve the power problems. Make use of some of this natural gas that's been backing up. I wouldn't mind finding another natural gas geyser. I wonder if there is one around. Oh, we got in here. Let's do this research. Analyze it. We'll analyze it and then fill it in. They're wearing suits, so it doesn't make them too uncomfortable trucking through here. And then after we go through there, let's... What do we got here? Oh, there's the, whatchamacallit, dash of salt vine. I was thinking that if I found one of those, I might use it for... to get rid of some chlorine. So we've got sour gas in here. We've got a wheezewort. This thing, cool chlorine. Chlorine at 5C. Alright, so if I can get in here, I would just want to see what's going on over there. That could be interesting. And I definitely want to crack into this copper volcano and exploit that. I don't know if I can get down there without spilling water everywhere. Maybe I will not go that way. You know, maybe I come down, divert the water into a pool over here off to the side, and then come in from above. I'd like to, you know, put some of the steam engines above it. Alright, so let's consider coming straight down here and making a spot to dump all the salt water. Hopefully people don't get trapped in there. Looks like they should be able to walk through there. That'll drain the salt water down, and then I'll make another path over here to get into the copper volcano. More research. Okay, we're still dumping out. Are these guys have enough room? They're wild. They're looking for food. They're satisfied. If I throw more, I'm just going to go through the map, and every one of these jawbows I find, I'm going to throw it in here so that this will be a big Jawbo facility. They're wild. They live for 100 years, so I'm not going to get maybe... If there's 10 of them, that means 1 every 10 cycles or so. But, yeah, that should be fine. I could even pump a little more water in there to make sure that they're happy with things. Let's go up here and go ahead and dump some water in there. There we go, something like that. Right, how are things going? We're starting to fill up with some gas. Power should be running. Back in business, no iron. Which I guess is fine. We've got a lot of steel, so I can do lots of fun stuff with that steel. Oh, it looks like, is this active again? No, it's idle. Yes, it's no longer dormant. So this should be brewing around. And as long as the temperature is above, let's go down to 124. It'll just keep circulating around. If it's ever below 124, it'll ship it out and send it, and then we'll increase our gold reserves. Food is looking great. Oxygen's looking great. What did I do today? I'm using more water, which is what I wanted to do. Let's find someone that's in a cot. You can go up there. Oops. Put some airflow tiles in. Whoops. Whoops. Oh man, I'm having troubles galore. One, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. That should be enough for the short term. Let's dig that out so I can have access to it. Maybe put a couple ladders in so I can get to the top. All right. So I think I'm about ready to call it for the day. Do I want to do one more? Let's get one last. Maybe I'll make sure that the research here is running. Do I want to prioritize that just to make sure it gets done? Yep, let's just go ahead and get this done. Do a little bit of space research and then be happy with it. Why are we running in circles around here? What are you doing? picking up a piece of shale. And you're going to suffocate and you're going to drop it on the ground and it would have been pointless. Oh, maybe not. Oh boy, that was a kind of a dumb way to go about things, I believe. Some salt water. Oh, maybe this water should be emptied out somewhere. You know what? Let's get this water. Let's dump all this out of here. Let's put that in here. Alright, so we'll pump this water out, dump it into here, so when I add more jawbows later, they'll have plenty of water to be happy with. Still no power wire connected. Looks like we're almost done with that, though. Yeah, long commutes, unrefrigerated food. I think I can live with all those problems. But now this is active. So we can start researching the star map around us to see what there is to find. Oh, and maybe I watched Grind This Game do it. He was talking about putting a light in the bathroom, and maybe I should put a light in the bathroom so they can speed through this a little faster. Is that one more task on today's to-do list? That won't take long at all, especially if I prioritize it. Alright, let's get some doors. Oops. Make them out of gold amalgam so they're a little prettier. Let's deconstruct that sink. Oh, what's going on? Why are these all not working? They're backed up. They're backed up. Oh, this is reversed. I've got the wrong priority set here. This water should always go first. Uh-oh. Let's get moving. We got one plumber working. One, toilet working at least. You know, as long as it's not working, let's deconstruct it. Good thing I caught that. Wow. So what has to happen is the bridge has to be coming from above. Like this. That way it prioritizes the bathroom output goes first. Because the non-bridge will always come before the bridge. Okay, let's get another lavatory. Make it out of gold. Get a sink. Oh, let's get a purple sink. Make it out of gold. Prioritize these things. Get rid of that nickel ore. We're going to give this all an upgrade, making it out of gold. What? I'm going to push things over a little bit further even. Alright, where's our sink? Let's get a golden sink over here. And let's get a fancy metal sculpting block out of gold in here. Ooh, a nice golden block in the bathroom. Okay. And let's get a light. Ooh, a little story time lamp in the bathroom, and maybe hanging above it a hanging pot. Almost done. I'm sure this is running way over time. Oh, I could have been going on max speed. A farming rancher? Oh my gosh. Decreased excavation and decreased calories. I don't like bottomless stomach. But this might be okay to have. I will think about this before the... I wonder if I save it. I don't think if I save the game it remembers it. Yikes. Oh, this is a tough call. He's going to eat more calories. I think I'm going to take him though. A farmer rancher like that? Let me look again. You know what? I'm going to reject. Come on. Let's get this built. Let's get our bathroom done. While we're at it, let's go ahead and do some artwork there. Let's get a flower in there, a rose bush. And where's our power? Let's get a conductive wire. Let's get a little glow. You know, I think I'll do the wiring. I'll complete some wiring upgrade for the next episode. Okay, executive washroom almost done. But I'm going to call it there. I think that's going to resolve itself. We've got this thing will get dumped out and put into there. I might stop this from pumping up. You know what? Let's do that right now. I'll wait until I need more liquid up there, but for now I'll just pump all this water out and dump it in here. Maybe that'll keep the Jawbos happy. All right, thanks for watching, and I'll see you next time. Bye-bye.